We are good
All
to go.
right. Oh, well, never mind. You cut me off. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, lads, lasses. I'm talking to you. Welcome. We're back with Hunt Lowdown. With my co-host Drake.
Hello. Howdy. It's been
Uh,
forever.
yeah.
It's been
So
kind of forever.
we had planned to record the next week after the previous one, and then I had something come up. I don't even remember what it is now.
We never did
And
because it's been
then
so long.
Yeah, and then Drake had to look at, I hope this is okay, I'm sharing this, had to look at a house and then work on that stuff. And then I went to look at a house, and so I'm working on that stuff. And then I got engaged, so I'm working on that stuff now. That's a whole thing. Yeah, I don't know if you do that. So yeah, I'm engaged now, Drake.
Yeah. No, I knew.
Oh yeah, okay. I don't know who I've told. People have gotten upset with me, and I'm like, I don't know
Congratulations.
what I don't know.
On
Thank you.
behalf of the
I don't know.
viewers as well.
And then we went to record a couple days ago, and my Wi-Fi went out. So it's been
Yeah, I
a
think we tried to
thing.
do it as well like 2 weekends ago, and that fell through for some reason.
And then Christmas time.
Yeah. Well,
Was
Christmas
like,
is I
yeah.
moved in. If you can't tell, I've moved. I'm in a new location now. I was Christmas Eve when I moved.
And that's why I do like the dynamic now of we have the cleanest setup possible on your end, and
This
then
is
just
not clean.
absolute disarray of miniatures I painted on
This
my
is
end.
just moved in bachelor. Like the only thing I have behind me is my Steam Deck and this anti-gravity chair.
Do you have a Steam Deck? How is that?
It's
I
fun.
was really
It's fun. I
tempted
need to
during
use
the
it
Christmas
more.
sale.
To be honest with you, I need to use it more. But see, it's sitting right there, and then
Yeah.
my computer is right here.
So you just go to.
So
Well, I was really tempted to get one because I want something when like I'm mobile,
Mhm,
but like I originally was gonna get a Switch, like a Switch Lite,
mhm.
but basically I couldn't do it for just like one Switch game or two Switch games,
Right.
and then I was like, okay, maybe I'll do like one of the old Star Wars Battlefronts. I've always wanted to play through Rogue Squadrons again. But then I'm like, okay, but then again, I'm just buying a different system now
Right.
for the same amount of money. So,
Apparently, there's
but
been a
I'm
lot
like
of work. There's a lot of work gone
Steam Deck, I can
into
do whatever.
emulators for the Steam Deck.
Ooh,
Just so you
that
know,
would be
like there's
amazing.
a whole community around emulating this on the Steam Deck. So if
That
you're into
would
that,
that kind of sells it to me because then I could get like Wind Waker or something and do
yeah.
some like my old bucket list games. So
But just on the go and or in bed or whatever. That's the thing is I don't go anywhere.
yeah,
I'm such a homebody. I would just be laying in bed playing.
well
Um,
that's kind of the thing. It's like I want it while I'm out and about,
right.
but when the nice thing is I'm kind of want to take it to work. So then when I stay late, I get into those points where I'm like really tired and so but like I just need a break. And so, and like all I have there is like YouTube. So like this would give me like, hey, play, Baldur's Gate for an hour, and then come back to work without having to drive the hour commute home.
Right.
So
Fair.
yeah, yeah.
Before we
So
jump in, I want to also mention Hunt Banish Extract.
yeah,
We've shouted them out
which
before. Uh,
uh-huh.
the Drunken Bard who runs it with his friends. Our longtime listener Rat actually just joined them. He is a co-host on their podcast now.
Yeah,
But there are plans for the 26th, 21st.
21st next Sunday.
We are going to be on the HBE
Yes,
podcast, Baldy and I.
yes.
Should be fun.
Assuming nothing goes wrong.
Should be very fun. It's very chaotic over
I'm
there,
really
but
excited.
I'm excited for it too. Like talking with Bard is so much fun. Talking
Yeah,
with all of them is fun, but
I've gotten to play with him a couple times, and it's one of those things where Hunt feels like a very different game based off who you're playing with.
it really does. Actually, you're absolutely right about that.
Like I remember I was playing once with like my normal friend group, and then I played solo, and then I played with Barrett, and I'm just like, these are three different games
Very
I'm
different
playing.
matches, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I think it comes down to the individual's playstyle, but also like how sweaty they are.
Yeah,
You know,
because there are definitely some people who, um, I just don't play with, not because I have anything against the person, but because their playstyle is just so fundamentally
different.
opposed that like
Yeah.
I don't want to play sweaty slow.
My
You
lights
get
went
that?
out. I don't know why, but my lights just went out.
Well then, and so
Huh.
it's just like The big thing is I don't really mind playing sweaty, but for me, it changes once somebody goes down because then somebody's not playing the game.
Hmm.
And so it's very much like I don't mind losing a hunter and respinning then at that point, um, just so my buddy can play. So like, yeah, I'm gonna make it a lot of times. I'll make stupid revives or risky ones just to get playing. Like my very first purchase now, every single match is I always buy Necro.
Okay,
I
yeah.
will respec into it regardless of the costume. That's my only one, just so I can revive people or self revive if I'm solo. It's S tier pick. So
Oh, we gotta do
yeah,
that again too, since they redid some of the traits.
yeah. We need to.
Do a
We're
new
gonna do a
tier
gun
list.
tier list at some point. We're gonna do a perk tier list. Um, I'm hoping we're gonna try and record some over the weekends. I'm trying to figure out Saturday times because I've got D&D Saturday morning, and then I'm hoping we can do that after, and then Sundays I can do for prep work for work.
Okay.
Again, I'm the second year teacher now, so hopefully next year I should have a lot more free time over the weekends because prep's getting shorter and shorter as I get used to prepping the same stuff, and I'm like, ooh, because right now even though I have stuff prepped, I'm going, this didn't work well last year. What do I need to change to make it more efficient? So
Right. Yeah.
yeah, so that's
But
getting lower.
okay, hell yeah, that's awesome.
Um, yeah, so we're take 5 minutes in, but welcome back. We're doing hunt stuff. We swear.
Yeah. Hunt. This is a hunt
We
podcast.
are we decided to kind of take a different approach to events because we did two where we were like, here's what's going to happen in the event, and we walked through it, and then we did one kind of a little bit into it where we kind of did that, but then we talked about it. And I think we're going to shoot for this format a little bit more where we've both now completed the event. And so I think it's more beneficial for us to have a retrospective about it
Mhm.
as opposed to trying to just jump on it because we have so many content creators who do such a fabulous job of introducing the event at the start. And like Mike gets a great video out within 10 minutes
If
of
that.
the stream starting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and so it's not beneficial to you and it's not beneficial to us to do that. So we're going to focus more on retrospective of what we don't like, what we like, and kind of how it's gone. So yeah. So currently it is Tide of Desolation,
The third out of the Tide trilogy.
which means something narratively, I'm sure. All I
I'm
know is
sure it does. Yeah. I haven't looked at
the
the lore in forever.
I know there's something about some hunters that are like, yo, we're like acolytes of the bosses now,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
it's Demented want to help the sculptor, which would be interesting if we knew what the frick the sculptor was. We have the Grounded who are like, that's bad, yo. And then we have the Drowned who are, I might be dead and I'm dead now. Yeah. And they fighting.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, and then there's also like the skins that they've been introducing, like
Yeah.
the butcher skin with the event. We're recording this on the weekend that they released the assassin themed skin. I believe it's called the cowl. It's a
Yes.
DLC.
I I think I'd be a little bit more interested in it. Is I know they have the story bits, but they're set up in a way that I find very awkward to get engaged in them. Like
Mhm.
I've tried like every event, and then just every time, it's either been an interesting one shot that really doesn't have anything to do with the rest of the story, or they've been so disconnected that I feel like it's annoying to piece together. And so I've been
Okay.
had to get it. And there are definitely people who really get engaged with that, but I'm just not super sold on it. I wish there was. I think what would really get me behind it is, and I don't remember if I've mentioned this on cast before, but there's a card game called Legend of the Five Rings. I'm a big fan of it. It's like samurai. I haven't played the card game. I'm a big fan of there's a role playing game for it
Oh,
too,
okay.
and it's like samurai fantasy D&D. And there's a bunch of the premises. It's fantasy, Japan, China, samurai stuff, right? And there's clans that are all fighting and trying to gain control of stuff. Fantasy world, samurai themed. The clans are kind of like the different like colors of magic in Magic the Gathering, where it's like each one has like a theme of how they fight and how they
Right.
work.
Okay.
And in the card game, a lot of times for like the really big tournaments, whoever wins the tournament will actually like win whatever conflict's going on in the lore. So like if you're a big fan of the Crane clan and you really like their lore, then you might be incentivized to play Crane clan because you want them to win the conflict, right?
Mhm.
So if you really want the Bayou to survive, you might be really incentivized to play the Grounded because your banishes or whatever then count towards the the grounded like progress and whichever one has like the most banishes or whatever. I
Right.
think that'd be a fun way to get people
More
a little bit
engaged.
engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Are you suggesting that the packs, like the more you play as a certain pack, you actually can influence the future of the lore? Or like,
yeah,
okay, that'd be kind of
so
neat.
I think that'd be a really simple way because like that's still not intrusive. Like if you don't care, whatever, you just play whichever one you want to play.
Right.
But then if you do care, it could be a little bit of, ooh, I want to do this. The only downside I could see right now is like I'd be going grounded because I'm a goody two shoes and I want to help the bayou.
Right. Right.
Um, and I
The only
like
go ahead.
grounded is easily my least favorite pledge right now, just because I like Mariner healing and I like the memes you can do with Berserker. And
Okay,
so
fair.
I would be like, I don't want to play Berserker because I don't want to be helping the spoopy faction, right? I
Right.
don't want
Right.
to be
Right.
helping.
I'll,
So
I'll be
that'd be the
helping
downside of it.
the spooky faction. Um,
Yeah, which I think I wanted to mention this before, but it's like let's get this on, Cass. I think it's really interesting, Drake, that I feel like we have very different aesthetic choices when it
yes,
comes to stuff.
I've
You're
noticed
like,
that too. Like when I
you,
tried to get you into V Rising forever ago, and I was
yeah,
playing it. I was like, I'm a spooky vampire. I can drink blood. I can transform into things. And Baldy, you should come play with me. And he's like, I'll play if I can be the holy guys. Like, but that's the
yeah. I'm like,
bad
I'm like,
guys.
I'm like, is it like a paladin option? She's like, no, the pitch is
No,
vampires. I'm
yeah.
like, but
It's
I
like,
don't want to be
but
a
I don't want
vamp.
to be a vampire. I want to be a paladin. It's like, I mean, fair enough, but like, no, you're
Oh man,
vampires. It's called V Rising, not P Rising.
I feel like it's the aesthetics we've chosen to for like the Twitch profiles. I've got like the little cartoony chibi hunter
Yes.
with the little gun,
I have this
and then yours is
spooky
like,
skull face thing with the hood. Yeah.
yeah, and you've got like the dragon and all of that,
Yep.
and I'm like, it's very different vibes.
It's great. I love it.
Oh yeah, me too, me too. So event, what are you thinking of it? Because you've completed it. How's it stack up?
It's my long and short of it is the same as before. It's cookie cutter.
Hmm.
As I feel like there's nothing new. There's
I think
very little that's new. And
so.
I'm really frustrated with the content update of it as well. I cannot stand the content.
Mhm.
You and I have talked about this briefly before
Yeah,
off cast, but it's just guns. It's always just guns, and I understand maps take a long time. I get it.
you're staring
Bosses,
us into this right off.
bro, I'm going right in. I'm sorry. It's my biggest pet peeve with like the
Mhm.
last 3 events. I mean, okay, I guess the first tide did have Raja, but
Yeah,
Raja, come on.
because this is kind of I'm kind of on the opposite side. This event.
like
Well, first thing
like our
I want
aesthetic.
to I want to I want to wind back. I think there's something we've had a fundamental change. I feel like since what was the first one to be like 3 months long? The first one to be I
Oh,
think it was a month
jeez.
long because it wasn't the snake event. It was
How long
was it
was
Tide of Shadows? Was it Light the Shadows?
Light?
It might have been Light the
I think Light
Shadows.
the Shadows might have been the first month-long one because I feel
I
like it
think it
was
was the
kind of
month
short
long.
for what they had in content.
Yeah, and then Snake event, Snake Moon, Serpent Moon, that
Uh,
sounds right.
Serpent Moon was one of them.
Yeah, so and then Serpent Moon was 3 months, and everybody's
Can't
like
remember the
that
other
was
ones.
way too grindy. I feel like Serpent Moon was the start, and I don't think we realized at the time. I feel like events is misleading now because it is no longer an event; it is a season. This is a battle pass, and they've locked into this, which I'm not opposed to, but calling it event kind of feels misleading with how they were before,
I can
right?
agree
Like
with that. Yeah.
they seemed more willing to kind of do like with the Halloween event that was a weekend, it was very much like, hey, this is a fun little short thing that you go in and you focus on getting the points, and that's the focus. And it kind of changed up. Whereas now it's, hey, we're introducing 3 new mechanics that are going to last for the duration of the season, and there are some battle pass rewards, which is fine. But building up the expectations and changing it, I think some people still have the holdover from I'm expecting more impact over a short amount of time. Whereas now I'm like, I'm done with the event and it's still going for a bit. It feels like I finished a battle pass, not an event,
Right.
which is fine. It's just, I think if you're expecting Scrap Beak event, you're going to be disappointed, and because they can't have that be every time.
Right.
But I'm on the opposite of I like having I think we both agree number one wish list would be new maps. I feel like that's the best content they can provide us.
It is. Yeah.
That's also the hardest content to provide. So I think we both also get like, okay, the
Yeah.
one's coming. We know. Okay, we'll wait until then. I think where we disagree on then is after that. I think I prefer new guns next, and you would prefer a new boss next.
New
Yes,
AI.
new AI. Okay,
It doesn't have to be a boss, just new AI.
because
And
my
not just
issue
grunt variants.
with God, my issue is that's been so much of the AI. Like, I feel like the only impactful AI we have gotten is Scrapbeak.
Yeah.
Because Scrapbeak was really, I liked Scrapbeak a lot because I feel like the content that we're not getting is things that change up PvP, because that's what I find interesting. And so so giving new guns, I like it because it's providing something new to play with, and I play all the different guns, so I like having new guns.
Right.
The flip side of that, though, is I do see where it can be repetitive with variants. If you're not excited about the variant, like
Yeah, drilling.
yeah. Also, I think those are the problem with the hand cannons is that if I'm paying 480 for a drilling, like the muzzle velocity on them is so slow, and at that point, it's like, okay, I'd prefer to just play quartermaster now and just take a
Right.
full drilling and then a medium. Like there are better options for medium slots than if you have a full size drilling. I think it's fine, but like if you don't like the drilling, when they go new drilling, it goes okay.
Right.
Like I like the drilling fine. I never play because it's $500. So they go new drilling variant, and I go, oh no. Anyway,
I
but
just don't understand why you don't play expensive guns. You have so much money.
oh yeah, that's why I have so much money.
And 75 freaking. How many is it now? Uppercuts.
77, I think now.
Oh, okay. You haven't collected as many.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think they've taken them off of being every single time on reshuffle because I've been buying the same amount of hunters.
Oh, that's
but
another thing too. But we'll
they
get to
don't
that.
promote them all. Yeah.
The reshuffling of all the new recruitment hunters.
The thing with this event is I really like the katana shock of all shocks. Weeaboo Baldy likes the katana.
It just
I
doesn't
have so much
fit.
fun with it.
Like
I have so
I
much fun with it.
understand they existed and it's possible that they would be there, but it's like this is supposed to be a cowboy game. You know, it's supposed to be a cowboy game in a like a western, and it's just okay. Now we have a katana. Now I get it. You know, what we talked about this before? I think the suspension of disbelief.
My issue with it is I don't think it should be a katana. It should just be a sword, and then the katana should be a skin.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I don't know why they made the base one a katana.
Do you think
especially because that also limits their skin choices.
Right.
Make it like just a sword. You can even still have the samurai perk with it, the martialist.
Yeah.
And it's fine. Just make it a sword. I don't know why they made it a katana. I mean, I know why, because people go ooh katana.
Yeah, people go ooh.
But then they even they added a katana skin with it day one. Just do that. Just add a katana skin to it day one. It's fine.
Right. I don't know.
And you can have other swords. But I really like that, and then I've been really enjoying the LeMat Marksman, which is
I want to like the LeMat Marksman so much, but I'm just so bad with it.
Yeah,
I am terrible with it.
I like it's the fire rate plus the amount of shots, and then having a panic shotgun is very nice.
Panic shotgun, yeah, true.
I think the funny thing though is we have a scoped shotgun,
We
And
technically.
that is
Oh,
the
I guess you could.
funniest thing to me.
You could ADS while in shotgun mode, can't you?
If you ADS with it, you do
Go
look
into.
down the scope, which is the funniest thing to
Can
me. If
it
you have like
take slug?
it
I
can
can't.
take slugs.
That's interesting.
I recommend against it because you're so zoomed in with a marksman scope that close. I honestly think I was like, why did they do a marksman scope? That seems ridiculous. Why didn't they do a Deadeye? That's why they did it for slugs. I think it's actually a balance thing.
That does make a little sense, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
Right.
I think it makes it really nice for it's a decent head clicker. It's not amazing, but it's a decent one with normal. It's got 141 headshot range with a 460 muzzle velocity, which is pretty good. And then if
Yeah.
you take FMJ, it becomes a pretty decent two tap at like medium range
You said
because you have
460.
FMJ. Yeah,
What is
it goes
the carabiner?
410. That's from. So if you take
410.
FMJ,
Okay.
yeah, if you take FMJ, it becomes Vetterli/Winnie velocity basically, and so it becomes a really good two tap then. And if you, it kind of so I like that there's so many kind of. It's not great at any one thing, but it's good at clicking heads. It's good at two tapping and three tapping. It's got a shotgun on it for holding corners that's close to a rival, I think. So it does everything very well. And the fact that it's only like I think it's 160 for the normal ammo and 210 if you take FMJ, which is pretty good for a cheap gun.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
I've been playing it. Yeah, I've been playing it with Quartermaster and then taking a Winnie Vandal if I'm taking FMJ on it, because then if somebody because you the issue with it is you want to be close for the marksman scope because you're playing. You want to stay kind of far away because you've got a marksman scope, but because it's compact ammo, you want to stay somewhat close
Right.
to offset the damage drop off. And the issue that I've run into is people push you really aggressively because if they realize you have a scope.
Yeah.
So what I like the Winnie as a backup because it's got a decent fire rate and you can just switch to it. If I'm playing without FMJ, I typically take a Nagant or a Centennial or something that you can restock ammo easier then.
Right.
So you can take kind of whatever side aim you want then. Sorry, my cat wants attention.
Oh, you're fine. We can just see your paints now. That's all.
Oh, one second. What's the? Yeah. So for Warhammer people, we have. Oh, that's the wrong side. We have Emperor's Children here. We have Orange Tau
Oh,
here.
hold on.
We have a bunch of Legion stuff up here. And then. Whoa, let's get it correct. Okay, we have Thousand Suns and World Eaters. They're themed like God of War Ragnarok with
Nice.
white and red armor. Titans, most of them are 3D printed. A lot of this is 3D printed, so I can actually freaking afford it. And then random stuff up here, some Custodies and some stuff that I painted for friends. And then we have a big Zelda bust there. 1 second, I'm picking up my cat.
That's phenomenal. And
Yeah,
I finally get to use my solo Baldi screen.
Hey,
hey.
I paint as stress relief after work, so that is why so much is painted.
Stress. Okay, yeah, I like that.
Well,
I just game and get more stressed off of Hunt.
Well, that's basically what happened. Is last year I was doing this is ready for Baldi's unhealthy coping mechanism. So what happened was last year I was first year teaching, and I was going to college to transition from animation to teaching, right, to get the correct stuff worked out. And first year teaching, you're doing all your lesson plans, and I didn't have like a book and or like rough lesson plans for anything because I teach 2 grades, so I have to have both of them prepped. And so one of them I got some help for, but not everything. And then the other one I was completely prepping, and I didn't even have a book to go off of. So like I basically wrote everything myself, and then I'd go home and I'd work on college stuff. And so what basically happened was I ended up having I feel like I needed to be doing something all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so games felt like I was wasting time, even though that's not true. I was just relaxing. Whereas painting still relaxed me somewhat, but I got like the productivity of like, oh, now at the end of this, I have a mini
finished mini
that I can look at. And so I could force myself into doing that. and I can force myself to do reading some. But like gaming almost like stressed me out more because I'd have that in the back of my mind that like you should be grading papers, you're prepping for tomorrow.
Right.
So
it's a different kind of enjoyment.
Yeah. And so that's kind of rolled into this year, and I've gotten a lot better at it.
Good.
Like it's not quite fixed, but like it's pretty close now. So
Okay, good.
Summer, I'm hoping summer will help a lot because it helped a lot last year. But yeah, so
Well,
that's why all of that.
oh yeah.
And I actually finished this event, so clearly I can play some Hunt again.
Really quick.
What else have we gotten? What else have we got in this event, Trey? Was that a
just really quick side note.
Go first.
Oh, what?
No, I was telling you to go first.
Can I just say, because I was gonna mention it before, and it just like I just remembered.
Mm-hmm.
When the event is over, they only give you 2 weeks, and then they start again. That actually irritates me.
I think that's very much the battle pass thing that I was talking about. Like it feels like a season then.
But it's like I want some time to just play normally with no special packs, and I mean the wild card I guess gets mixed in maybe.
I fully agree with you. Last event.
Okay.
Last event felt like enough of a gameplay change. This one they feel a lot less impactful, which I think is a positive thing. Like I think Berserker helping you melee things allowing you to take a little bit more of a meme build. Mariner gives you a little bit of healing, so you might be able to skimp on heals a little bit, or like as long as you play differently. And then the other one, grounded is do you want to move faster sometimes? It's like those all have an impact, but none of them are like, okay, you have to camp this solo body now, or none of them are like you can throw a lantern down and then hold that place anywhere as a mega healing portal. They feel a lot less impactful, and I think that makes it a lot more enjoyable to me because it feels less.
It feels more like you're playing the game normally with a few modified things rather than game-breaking, changing things.
It feels more like I can choose a pact on a whim, and if I choose the wrong one, I'm not screwed.
Right. Well, I think that comes down to the balance too. Like, remember Infernal?
Yeah. Yes, that's the big one. What was the one right before? And then Death Cheat. God, Death Cheat. I was like, what was it before? We had something that was stupid, but Death Cheat being something that you occasionally find and go, ooh, it's so much better than it going
every single time. Yeah.
Fanning and quartermaster shotguns every single match was rough. That was rough.
Yeah.
And then we went from that to you can't burn anybody
or bleed them.
I can't believe they put that in the same
I still can't believe they did that. You can't be burned and you can't be bled ever. It's just like, what are you thinking? That was insane. And of course I used it.
I agree. But like not being able to be burned on the ground, like just make it like you've burned 50% slower. Just make it possible.
Yeah, make self skin just double as effective, or even triple as effective, 75%, whatever, as long as they can still burn.
Yeah,
but
I think that's what leads. I think this is the first one that's felt like a healthy season.
At least the packs are balanced for the most part. I'm sure there's instances where they're unbalanced, but like largely balanced.
It feels like though the instances are like niche, right? Like the grounded one is busted when you get that lucky teleport and somebody's not aware of you, or when you like you have bounty and you just teleport away. And they can't catch you. Main is really good if you're in one of those water compounds, but like I think that's kind of the boon to the packs then of you get that big advantage in those specific situations.
Right.
But most of the time it's
yeah.
I did have a match where my buddy was down and I had Mariner and we were fighting outside of Chapel at that river, and I just kept walking backwards. Like I'd run away for like half a second, take a shot, and I tanked 9 hits.
Jeez.
Like
from what?
Just without because
if you remember.
So I get hit by, I think it was, so one of them had a shotgun, and so I face tanked like 4 shots from him in a row because it was enough to do enough damage, but because he kept having to hit cover to avoid getting shot by me. And then he'd pop out and hit me and then like aim punch.
It gave you time to
But I was
heal.
just in water. Yeah, and it was a shotgun at 12 meters, so like it was never, because I think it was the slate, so like has rough damage fall off. And he
Right.
was just like 10, 20 meters away, so like he did enough damage for him to feel like he should be applying pressure, but never quite enough damage to finish me. And then
Right.
the other guy had like a Vetterliger, I think he had a Winnie too, and just so would like tag me, but like neither one was just doing enough damage, and I would always just get away like just fast enough to heal with like a small vit shot or something, and I
Right.
just tanked just absolutely ludicrous number of shots. Now
Yeah,
most of the time,
you
Mariner's
probably
like,
finished
I
their
saved a
challenges.
med kit. Yeah, yeah. Most of the time, it's like I saved a med kit. This one was like, man, if water was more prevalent, this had to be
Right.
busted.
Imagine if it was raining.
Yeah. The other one that was really funny was we played all Sparks, Silenced Poison, and
Oh,
Bees.
y'all are mean.
Our goal was not to win. Guys,
I bet it was.
The secret sauce is Bees plus Poison. The amount of times we just hear somebody going, oh, ha, ha, and then you just go, that's a point of damage. And then you run around the corner and spokes them. It's so funny.
Wait,
Now,
but you said Sparks Poison?
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't get a heal.
FMJ.
That's the goal. No, because that's not as funny. Because the goal isn't to win.
For the bees to kill them.
Fight on them. Yeah, poison them.
Got you.
But like there were points where like we would be holding a boss layer and we'd hear people come out, and then we'd just yeeted out like 6 bees, and then we'd just watch corners and just watch where the bees go, and then you go, oop, there's a person.
That's awesome.
So
actually,
good. It leads to a lot of trades because you get excited and you go, oh, bees, and then like they always finish up like right as you out on the corner, and then you trade. But it's fun. Play Sparks Bees, guys.
Sparks Bees. Oh dang, I want to do that now. That actually does sound like a lot of fun.
It's funny. It's really funny. We play it with Mosquito because, you know,
of course,
poison bees. Mosquito. Yeah,
that makes sense.
What other stuff came out at the event?
The rework with the hunters.
Yeah,
that I
feel
like
like we have different thoughts on it.
I like it,
good.
But there's also an aspect that I don't like, which is every single hunter free to tier 3 have fanning and levering and bullet grubber. or quartermaster, and that's really weird and frustrating that it's like everyone has semi-auto pistols now with fanning. I mean, it seems like every single one has fanning or levering or both.
Oh yeah,
the number of times I've gotten levering and bullet grubber is crazy.
For me, it's funny though because I always go, ooh, fanning. I respect that into quartermaster and assailant every time.
Of course.
Because I would prefer to play a goofy quartermaster loadout than something
That's
good.
fair, but a lot of people aren't you. So
yeah, no.
I get those people facing me with a chain pistol.
I will say the chain pistol fanning has been a bit much.
Yeah.
I think the big boons from it is the biggest one that I absolutely adore is if you have less than 20 grand, you get free hunters. Which
if you have more than 20 grand, you got to start spending your money.
Thank you for putting an effing catch-up mechanic in your bloody game, because God, extraction shooters suck balls sometimes.
I can think of one listener who disagrees with you heavily right now.
I don't care. The games look, catch-up mechanics for people who are just trying to have fun are fine. Or if you suck, you don't need to crap on the person who just wants to play a Mosin every once in a while. Just let them play it. Just let them have a little bit of fun sometimes.
Right.
Don't give them free torches, but you can give them some free stuff that brings them up to competitive, because that also helps them learn the game to eventually get out of the catch-up mechanic.
Right. And then there's also the fact that you can pick any weapon on a prestige, so new players get any weapon.
Yes.
And if you're a fresh prestige, you can pick any weapon, not variants of that weapon, but any weapon, base weapon,
which is really nice.
Yeah.
Is it a variant still unlocked via XP, or they unlocked via Bloodline now? I don't remember.
They are, I believe, XP still. The things that unlock.
I know they mentioned about maybe changing that or something. There's something like that. I can't remember because I'm stuck at a prestige. I'm not prestige at the rewards.
I think the tools and consumables are what upgrades with the
Okay.
bloodline. I think I'll have to double check. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
I haven't played Hunt in like 2 weeks.
See, I played the Sparks matches were last night for me. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're fresh on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hunt's been kind of frustrating lately. I don't know why. It's just I've gotten too many games. I actually thought about this today. I've too many games where I just get stomped in a row, where it's like this wasn't happening before, and I'm trying to think: is it the player base changing because of the event, or is the end of the event?
I think that's part of it.
Is it because everyone can have a Mosin at level 1 now? Like there's so many things that have changed. I don't know what it could be.
I think it's more of the former. Like you always see the massive numbers spike at the start of events because people go, "Ooh, legendaries! Ooh, new guns!"
True.
And I think we're getting to the point where the events last so long. Instead of it returning to normalcy at the end, I feel like it returns to normalcy about halfway through, right? Where you get like the people who are sweatier sticking around more. Because I've been having matches a lot more too, where things have been really really sweaty, where people just like camp a lot more heavily, or I've been having a lot more people, which sounds like a new player thing, but I've discovered this is more like people who just play a little bit and they get frustrated with fights where like you get there and then somebody will just leave. You just be like, I'm done. I'm just gonna take bounty and leave. Or we're gonna like I've been getting yo-yoed more where like people fake leaving, and like that's just not something low elo people do. And so it's I think we're getting back to the point where, like, at the beginning of the event, MMA doesn't mean the same thing as right now. Like, right now, we're at the point where, like, I'd say, like, the stars differences there a little bit, where, like, 3 stars is now where you would have been at, like, mid 4 star at the beginning of the event. Because people are just sweatier now, and they're, like, playing. And then add into that, you got Mosins and stuff, and you can lead to some very frustrating strings of matches.
That, and I don't know how intentional it is. I'm sure there's some people that do it intentionally, but people that drop MMR on purpose so that they can go into a 3-star where everyone's not as good, or rusty or whatever, and roll over the whole lobby. And this is annoying.
So I typically, with how we play, because my friend group is just not sweaty, we'll typically have 3 and 4 star balance between them. Not always, because like I hit 6 stars Thursday, and then by Saturday I was back down to 3 because we just played memes. And then now I'm back up to like 4.5, 5, and I'm like popping between those. But there is, oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought. What you said before that?
Leaving the station.
Yeah.
I don't remember either.
Oh my gosh. We're talking about MMA being the same. People are listening again. What the fuck is wrong with
this? Could be cut, or it won't. I don't know. We'll see. You can just be like, "Oh wow, they're real people."
Yeah. What was it? Oh, I know. But as we were playing, we were all like 3 and 4 star. And we're playing duos and trios, and multiple times we got 5 and 6 star solos in those matches. And it was like, what the frick? Because like when you get a 5-star solo against trios, typically they're a very sweaty, very annoying person to play against. Not, I've done it. That's how you have to play it most of the time. I don't mind it. Here's what I've discovered. I don't mind it when they're very sweaty at the beginning, right? What I really mind is when like one person gets down and then they don't do anything, and then 2 people get down. I'm like, okay, please just like, you have the advantage now. You're the 5-star. I'm the 3-star. Come get me.
Come save me.
For somebody, do something. Like the Godis is now on you. But I've been getting a lot of that with not necessarily people purposely lowering the MMA, but
I don't know, man. It's suspicious seeing a 2.5 KD player at 3 stars. That's what makes me go, huh?
I agree. Well, and this is not the Hunt Lowdown original thing. This is everybody ever has suggested this. First kill counts. After that, that's it.
Yes.
So like I killed Drake, he self-revives, I killed Drake again.
The first kill is all that mattered.
Yeah. Well, because like I went from 3-star to 5-star, I think, one match, because we had a solo 5-star in a match, and I killed him, and then he got up, and then I tabbed him with the Mose, and I went, okay, I know he's a solo with Necro now. then he got up once more. I killed him, and then we burned the body. Like that did 3, and then I did well against the other 3 and 4 stars in the match, and then I shot up to 5 for one match, and it was like that's not how it should be. So I think MMA needs touched.
I will say it would be all right with me if you kill me and I self revive and I kill you back, then the next kill you get on me could count again because I already got you.
There's like a timer, like there's a cooldown.
Or a timer, yeah.
So
like a 30-second, 60-second.
Yeah, so that way it's not, I picked up 3 times in a row and got domed 3 times.
Right, through a wall with a Spitzer freaking Mosin.
And I've mentioned this before too, but there is always that chance that you get up and like if you have a katana, sometimes like you dodge their shotgun and then you can stab them. Like there's always a chance, especially if you have like rampage. So it's annoying for me to go, I don't want to lower MMR, but I know there's another team here. So like I'm probably gonna die, but if they are busy with this team right now, I might stand up, get my rampage, and be good to go. Right. And there's that. They need to touch him. I don't think it's like completely busted, but it's busted enough that they need to tweak it. Speaking of busted enough, do you remember when they tweaked Dorch to have a worse 2-tap range because the Dorch had an issue with the 2-tap range, and then that and the reload thing basically fixed the Dorch, and it was nice. And then they went, hey, what if we gave the Dorch FMJ?
What if we brought that back
to increase and we didn't change its ammo reserve to give it any other real downside besides very slightly slower muzzle velocity? That would be good, wouldn't it? No.
But don't worry, it costs
it wouldn't.
How much? $50-$70 for the FMJ. How much is it?
Oh, it's still the same as it's 50 for the FMJ. I think it might be 60 now, but it's 50 or 60.
But don't worry, it costs more.
But they lowered the price of the Dorch, so it's only like a 20.
Don't worry, it costs more. I don't know.
This is like when they went rival slugs is the most played shotgun, so we're going to decrease the price of slugs and increase the price of the rifle to get people to play less rival slugs, even though the rival slugs stayed the exact same price.
Yeah,
that was a choice.
I wonder if there's 2 interns coming up with similar ideas and doing changing the wrong things and not talking to each other.
Do you remember when they increased the price of medkits? I never got over that one.
I noticed I don't even know when this happened, but they changed the price of all the melee tools.
That was this update.
Was it this update? Okay.
I'm really annoyed because I got really used to throwing axes, and now throwing knives are better, which I prefer because I like throwing knives more. But
do you do assailant with your throwing axes?
So typically what happens right now is I reshuffle, and then I will get rid of like fanning or doctor.
Oh, you said
I know
this.
heresy for getting rid of doctor, but then I'll typically buy quartermaster, assailant, and necro.
How dare you get rid of doctor? I'm offended.
Well, it's because I've played. Oh, me too. But I've played around really, really heavily with my my consumable loadouts, and I love region shots, and so I've settled on. I was playing big region, small vet shot for budget reasons, but then I realized that I was losing money. I'm like, why? Region shots are freaking expensive now.
Yeah, they are.
So I dropped it to now being 2 small vet shots and a big region, which it's 120, I think, 140.
Isn't the small region 60?
Small regions 40, big regions 110, I think, and then
the small
vit shot is $20. Big vit shot's 85.
Okay.
I don't like the big. Here's my heretical tech. I really don't like the big vit shot a ton.
Is it just because you overheal too often?
Yeah, and then I always feel bad going, this was $85, and I just need it for the fast heal. So I take the 2 small ones in a big region. So then once I hit a lunchbox, I pop my big region. If I lose it by the time I start a fight, I still have 2 small vit shots and med kit, so I should be fine. But if I still have it, then you get the exact same effect from a region shot and a small vit shot, which technically takes 2 slots. But again, I'm trying to cycle it. So
you just made me realize that I haven't changed my consumable takes in a long time. I still take the large antidote and the large vit shot. Like
this is
That's all I
My
take.
problem with the antidote and the stamina is they're so expensive now.
I don't know. I've only increased my money pool. I didn't prestige at all during this event, right?
I mean, because they're good. They're good, but
I mean, yeah, but like I don't. I've been gaining money. My hunt dollars has only gone up. I have not gone down.
I mean, it's the big thing of it depends on what else you're bringing to and what you're playing with guns. So, but I've also switched my tool loadout because I can consistently get assailant now. Heavy knife if I don't, because I freaking love the heavy knife.
I know you love slapping things with it.
Yeah, it's the fact that it's fast. Look, most of the time your tool is for AI. Yes, the knife is better because it's better for PvP. But I'm fine with losing that occasional fight every 6 matches, because I have a heavy knife, so I can have a more enjoyable time for the 90% of the gameplay of the game. And so I've switched that to being throwing knives with assailant, medkit, choke bombs, because I'm a good teammate. Everybody bring choke bombs, and then flare gun. Though honestly, a lot of times I don't bring choke bombs because I'm a bad person, and
So you're not a
is
good
my
teammate.
substitute. Well, here's what I've discovered with the new event: most people are burning with torches or not torches, flares or flare guns.
Yeah.
Which means a lot of times Necro does the same thing, because you can put them out and get them up, and then it stops. So
when you start the necro process, it doesn't put them out, right?
No, but it pauses the burn.
Well, that's what I mean. It doesn't. Oh, so as you're channeling your necro, it'll pause the burn on the player?
They won't burn anymore, and then when they stand up, it'll go out.
Interesting.
Okay. So then which it's not always the solution, but I do that if I'm bringing deadly traps. It is not my default. It is my, hey buddy, you chill if I don't bring choke bombs.
Right. So. Now, you see, here's what you should do: is your offhand is to be the hand crossbow with nothing but choke bolts, so that way you can free up your tool slot for deadly traps.
I have been. Here's my spicy one.
Okay.
LeMat, I really enjoy LeMat after the velocity changes.
Okay, yeah.
It's made it playable. It's given it a reason to freaking exist. And so the shotgun is now not reprehensible because it's now the same as, I think it's the same as one of the small shotguns now instead of being literally the worst shotgun in the game.
I believe that's the rival. They equated it to one rival shot.
It's either the rival or the baby slevering one. Terminus. It's one of the two. It's not great, but it occasionally gets the job done now.
I thought the drillings was more on par with the Terminus.
I don't know.
It's
I
need
to test these. They tweaked them a bunch in the past 4 updates, and I've lost track of what's where.
Okay.
But if you take the FMJ plus LeMat plus Star Shell, you now have your flare gun freeing up a tool slot for instant burning. You have respectable damage drop off, roughly equivalent to medium ammo with a muzzle velocity of 325 and 9 bullets in the chamber plus 18 in reserve in a small slot, which is pretty okay.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I need to play with the LeMat a little bit more. I'm a fan
of good mid-budget.
I'm a fan of dual LeMats with Dragon's Breath in both. Pow pow, and if you're not on fire, you're not happy.
I played Terminus, the baby Terminus with Dragon's Breath and Left Wing. I cannot stress that thing is freaking awful. I had a match where I hit somebody 3 times from maybe 10 feet away. And afterwards, I was like, "Oh, let's check how much damage I did. I did 12 points of damage. I did 12 points of damage. I got hitmakers on all 3 shots, and I'm just like, he didn't even get set on fire."
See, that's wrong.
No,
because you were
South Skin.
Oh, okay.
I think he had South Skin. Because we burned his buddy and he took forever, so we're like, oh, that must be what's going on.
Oh, okay. But I thought if you hit them twice, even with South Skin, they still get set on fire. And
it doesn't need to be a certain number of pellets.
Maybe it does.
Only 2 times.
I thought it was
even with 2 times. Okay,
even with 2 times, 12 is still very low.
I was a filthy low. 12 is still that's nothing.
That's still reprehensible.
Yeah. And that was he had a Crowning King, and he won. You shouldn't win a shotgun fight with a Crowning King, and I lost handedly to it.
Well, it depends. Was it buckshot or was it slugs? that he was using.
It doesn't matter. Either way, I would have lost.
Well,
I did 12 points of damage.
every
Doesn't
shot
matter.
after the first with slugs and a crown and cringe is not great.
Luxury.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's I like the being able to get more perks.
Yeah.
I could see it being a problem. I think it might be slightly overtuned. My issue is they were like, hey, we made sure that you always get a minimum number of points for your legendary hunters, but it's always less than tier 3. Like it's not technically, but like if you're at Bloodline 100, I can almost always find a better hunter in my recruits than spinning a legendary. And man, it feels bad when you get like assailant, poacher, and bulwark, and then it's like, oh, that doesn't meet the minimum ones. Here's 3 perk points. I'm like, you're really helping me out there.
You're really selling me here. Yeah, that's a good point.
So
you can't cycle those.
I think overall, though, would you say positive change for the respins?
For the respins, definitely. Yeah, I think the way that they redid the recruitment is a great change. I hope it carries over properly to the new engine. I don't know why it wouldn't, but
I can't imagine it wouldn't.
I wonder how much is going to change with the new engine.
Well, they changed XP before AI, which is...
Oh, that's right. They increased it, didn't they? Because you can't unlock things for your partners anymore. You can't, like, spend... Like, if I go in with a
What slate, the frick? You can't share... You don't share weapon XP?
You don't share weapon XP anymore, but they increased the amount of XP you get from everything by, like, 25-50%.
I hate that. I cannot stress how much I hate that.
You do still share challenge progress, though.
Yeah, I hate that, though. That's awful.
I mean, yeah.
We'll rate that.
But then again, have you found the workbenches? That's a new thing with this event.
But like legitimately, that made me go, cool, I don't want a prestige now. Like all the work for me going, maybe I want a prestige. Like no, because like it's being able to go, hey, everybody bring Martini, and we're just gonna unlock the Martini in like 3 matches. That's gone. And now you have to do that if you want. Like
it's not on every workbench.
If you want the meathead XP, you got to do the Coca Dynamite real close, and then do the last couple stabs with the Martini or LeMat or whatever the heck you're trying to do.
Right. I mean, that's still a thing. It's because the gun oil is not on every workbench, and the chance of a blueprint are even lower. So.
Yeah. Okay. What else did they do? Weapon family XP. Weapon inspections. Real neat. Which, by the way, the katana. I know why it took so effing long for them to. I think they planned to put it in with the Miko in the last event, and I think it didn't get done. Because are you ready for this?
Oh yeah, that's right. You told me that
the number of animations for the katana. You have light swing, heavy swing, out of stamina, slow swing, sheath katana, unsheath katana, which both have special animations. Inspect normal katana, inspect sheath katana, and then your katana swing from the trait.
From the sheath.
This one sword has 8 animations with it, and I might be forgetting one. Like that's a lot. That's a lot of animations for one thing.
Can't think of.
And then the other thing is, are you aware that like the Winfield Vandal has a different inspect animation than the Centennial Shorty? Why? Why do they have different? Like, look,
they're different guns.
I appreciate looking at it and getting different ones. It's a nice touch. Why is that priority? Because, like, especially when, like, one of the things we can't bring in a new gun because it takes more animations. Then why does my Centennial have a different event than the Van? Why? It's bad delegation of resources. It bothers me.
I mean, I don't know. It's the animation department versus the, everything else department.
You can inspect the flare gun. Just give the Vandal and the Shorty the same one for right now and give me a flare gun inspect.
Maybe they were given a deadline. The katana has to come out before the Tide trio is over, so we got to get it on the last one if we can't get it the second. So,
no, I'm not talking. That's not my complaint. That's fine. Oh, that's fine. My complaint is the Shorty and the Vandal not having the same animation.
Oh,
which, by the way, the Shorty inspect animation is freaking hilarious. Have you seen it?
No.
So he like takes it and he does like that, you know, he does the inspect, and then he like just puts it down like this, and he like holds it like that,
like out in front of him, like he's holding a
yeah,
baby.
and then, like he like flips it over to like look at the stock, like the stocks at like the bottom of your screen, like right here, and then he like, and it's like, what are you doing, dude?
You got to see the whole
I was like,
thing.
from like maybe like I was like, oh, like that would have made sense for like the Mobres, because you're like, oh, I'm looking at the mace at the end.
Right.
No, it's why are we doing this with the short? Oh man, that's a nice cut off stock that I did.
Maybe that's a sign that they're gonna make a trauma variant of the shorty.
I want a LeMaterial mace. It's the same animation. They have the heavy animation for the LeMaterial is the same one as the mace.
I would actually take that.
Mace.
Yeah, I would take that more. I feel like.
I think it'd be fun.
Like,
and
the
I don't think
cool, but
look, it'd be worse than the hatchet. Just add it in so I can kill emulators with
I
it.
want to bonk emulators. And if I get that lucky hit on a player's head, you know, I can quit and be happy.
We also got the PAX True Shot, which is the PAX but more expensive and better. Which my issue with it is I really freaking like it. It looks awful. I think it looks monumentally dumb.
I think the barrel's a little too long, but I mean, that's the thing is it's a long barrel, so it's more accurate.
Have you seen Batman '89?
No. I'm very uncultured.
Okay.
Admonish me.
Okay.
Are you sending me something?
I don't know if this is good. I have to look it up. I don't know if this is good, if this is staying in being cut, but I need to. I'm gonna send you a movie clip real fast. Like this is the PAX shot. It's in the chat.
I see it. Hold on. It's 30 seconds. 31 seconds. They can't hear this, so I'll just cut this bit out.
See, I can hear it though, which is funny.
Yo, wait, you can hear it?
He's got, yeah, there you go. PAX True Shot.
Wow. That's ridiculous. It's a very clown Joker thing to do.
So every time I see the True Shot, that's
actually
what
amazing.
I think of.
That is actually amazing.
Yeah, so it's the Joker paints pistol. The other thing is, when I play the PAX, like I want to play the best version of the PAX because I like the PAX a lot. The problem is the best PAX now is the True Shot. And I want to play all the PAX has like some of the best skins in the game. So like now I can't play Jackal Hyde. I can only play like the one like cloth skin, which is fine. But like
Hell's Dew Claw is one of my favorites. I like that one.
Yeah, like the PAX has so many good skins. I wish the legendary skins would between variants. I don't know how it's possible to do.
It would be a whole separate skin, and that would be
I don't think it is. But
well, it has
just
to
port
be.
them over.
Assuming textures wrap like they used to. I don't know how the textures work these days in video games.
Presumably the same.
Yeah,
but
that it's a different model, therefore the wrap wouldn't work.
There's different ways to do it. We have some really good modularity ones. Like Substance Designer and Painter make some really good ones, but I assume
not me forgetting I'm talking to an animator about texturing models. Like, sorry.
No, you're good. I'm assuming they've customized them to be textured on there and drawn on. I can't imagine they're doing generico ones for them. So
okay.
Yeah. I think that's basically everything. You can be Han Solo. You can take the Dorch Deadeye. It's the Dorch. It's got a Deadeye.
Oh yeah. The Han Solo
gun. The Dorch Deadeye. Yeah.
I still haven't tested it. Can you dual wield them and then look down one or both of the Deadeye scopes?
You can dual wield them. You can't look down the scope, but you can dual wield them.
Okay. So it does the traditional zoom ADS.
Yeah, I think so. I haven't tested. I can't imagine.
Just imagine having two scopes on your screen as your.
If you have motion sickness, I do not recommend playing the Dorch Deadeye.
Dual or single?
Single, because you go. Like your head snaps. It's like the uppercut snap, but then you snap back faster. It's a semi-auto.
Right.
And so it is. You basically like whip halfway across the map and then back to the same point. So it's super disorienting.
I need to play with it and see it for myself.
I mean, just play with it because it's. Oh no, I'm out of frame. Gosh dang it! Just for the let you guys know, we did where I was sitting, so I'd be in frame and everything, and then I
Yeah,
just like
we
I'm gonna
moved him
relax, and I can't do it.
slightly to the left so that he would cover his painting stuff underneath the shelf,
Yeah,
and then
I've got
also
a
show
bunch of. Oh,
off.
that's what I said. I have all my. Those are like all my in paint project things, and so it's like I've got some. What's that? Where is it? Like one of these bags is a half built thing of Death Company. Yeah, here they are. For those people who play, this is my Death Company. They've been assembled, and to the bodies and the torsos and the jetpacks have been assembled, but I don't like the default swords for them, and I don't like thunderhammers, so I'm gonna 3D print some
But to
big old
ask if you were
axes.
gonna 3D print your own.
I really want to. I really want them to have big swords because I'm playing Emperor's Children,
Mhm.
who are supposed to be like duelists. So like, I don't want to do a big axe. Like, that's great for world eaters who are like, I just want to do like berserkers. But like my duelists, I want my duelists to have like little power swords and stuff.
Right.
But I can't find any good ones. The other thing is nobody
You just make your own.
Warhammer fans. Just Warhammer fans. I'm talking to you right now. Lightning claws suck right now in the game, which is really annoys me because I really like lightning claws. Drake, they're like the gauntlets that have like the like Wolverine claws coming
Okay,
out of
yeah.
them. They're so cool, but they're like anti-infantry, and the only things that you can put them on are like super expensive units. And I'm like, I don't want my expensive units to be my anti-infantry units. I don't want my tank to be my anti-infantry
We'll just be
melee thing.
really
That's
good
awful.
at clearing infantry. You can clear
So
all the infantry.
I wanted to do that with Death Company because then Lightning Claws could let you. So you roll to hit, you roll to wound, and then you roll. The opponent rolls to try and save the damage, right? So Lightning Claws, since you get one on each one, you get a ability called Twin Linked. So you get to reroll anything you miss. So you get like another chance to hit.
Oh,
Death Company let you reroll your hit rolls. And so if you have Lightning Claws, you get to reroll anything you miss and then anything you hit, which would make them so good. And I want it so bad, but they can only take Thunderhammers, which is still very good because the downside of Thunderhammers is they hit tanks very well, but they have a minus to hit because they're unwieldy because they're big
right. Big
hammers.
and yeah.
Um, yeah, but then if you reroll your hits, that's offset, and that's great. So there's your Blood Angels Warhammer info dump in the middle of a
In the
Hunt
middle of a
podcast.
hunt
So
podcast, yeah. I
yeah,
mean, I'm
sorry, I
shocked.
get off task very easily.
Hi, hello. Have you met me?
Yeah. All right. What other stuff? They've changed
um.
controller vibration. Oh, you can look around when you jump over a fence
Oh
now.
yeah, when
That's
you
pretty
vault,
cool.
yeah, it's actually kind of nice. I like it. Being able to
Yeah,
vault and then while vaulting, look at the guy you want to shoot. So the moment you're done animating over the wall, the fence, you can blast him away. It's kind of
it's
nice.
nice.
Yeah.
It does feel wrong though after playing for so long with
With the
that
other
not
way.
being how it works.
Yeah.
Relentless and Death Cheat have both been added as burn traits from the world.
I
I
like
think
it.
that's fine.
Yeah, I like it.
Relentless pops up enough to be like a really good thing. I've gotten it several times. It's been relevant a grand total of once.
It's relentless, death
Um,
cheat, and
Shadow,
shadow. Thank you.
which
Couldn't remember the name.
yeah, Shadow's the most common, I think. It and Relentless are pretty close.
I've actually
I've
seen
gotten,
all three in one match before.
I've seen Death, I've
It
seen
was wild.
Relentless, and I've seen them roll over two. I've never seen all three. I've seen
Oh.
Death Cheat grand total of twice, once maybe twice. um, and then ADS improvements. Shooting can no longer be interrupted by entering dark sight. Okay, sure. They changed the
I think
drilling
that's
reload,
yeah.
so now you reload all three at the same time, which annoys me if I'm in a shock. If I fire, typically if all three are empty, that's because I fired rifle, shotgun. At presumably, if I'm firing at the shotgun, they're close, so I want to reload my shotgun right away.
Right. Well,
It's not. I don't think
do
it's
you
enough for me to
know?
really complain about it, but
Do you know if it
you
matters which
probably
one you're
can for
in? So if you're on the rifle side and you hit reload, it does the rifles
Ooh,
first, or if you're on the shotgun side, does it do the shotgun first and then the rifle? You know what?
I've seen it do shotgun first each time, but that might be because I was in shotgun. I don't know.
That might be worth testing because maybe you can animation
Okay.
cancel it. You know, at that point after it reloads and then use it.
Okay. Improve LeMat Merc 2 and LeMat Merc 2 upper mat shotgun to be in line with the rival hand cannon.
Yes.
Well, that's our answer. Decrease the sway for the Vandal Deadeye and the Springfield Compact Deadeye. Those are just nice. The Springy Deadeye has somewhat use, and the Winnie Vandal Deadeye is a little bit more playable. Because I don't think it was awful before, but the sway was rough.
Yeah, that's one reason why I never liked it.
Yeah, decrease the spread for the Dodge 96 while being dual wielded. If you're burning money, you can burn money and be slightly more competitive. Okay, new muzzle velocities for the LeMat. New one is 375 from 300, which means FMJ will bring it back to about 300. Upper mat is now 530 as opposed to 450. Pairing that with having the rival hand cannon shotgun and the being long ammo, I think almost brings it to being worth the 370 price because they dropped it slightly. So
I actually like close. The upper mat. I've been using it lately. It's not terrible.
I like it a lot. My issue is the Obres is very good. my issue is the Obres seems like the better if you're willing to put up with sway because of the damage drop off, and then if you're wanting a mid to close range long ammo gun, I like the uppercut precision for the faster fire rate and less sway. That's kind of my issue with it.
That's fair. For a medium size, yeah, the uppercut precision is probably gonna beat it out. The only benefit then to the upper mat's the shotgun, and that's situational.
Which can be very good if you're playing it as a mid to close range thing, because then you can take slugs or stair shell for either pushing or burning, which are both good. And then carbine muzzle velocity to 460 from 375, which is great. But we've already talked about that. Spread for the uppercut precision at hipfire has been increased, which is I think it's actually really relevant. I died to that twice, forgetting that was what they did. Danger penny shot gets more ammo. Hey, they listened to me last podcast.
Yeah, probably.
They increased the poison bomb duration to 8 minutes.
Yes.
Cool.
It's even more reason to take it. It's something I already took.
Yeah. I have 47 of them. While carrying a bounty token, you now get instinct if you're out of thing, which is amazing. It encourages you to use your dark sight and push while not getting the disadvantage of being completely screwed after that fight.
Right.
You can ignite dead hunters. Very nice change. I think the flare pistol needs to be adjusted somehow because getting 3 flare pistol shots and 2 choke bombs, I think, is not optimal.
I thought it was 2 flare pistol shots.
You get 2 in reserve, but you get 1 in the chamber.
Oh, reserve, right? I forgot.
Yeah, you also get those back from Uwu now, which I like. I really like not
they
looting.
count to Star Shell, yeah.
Yeah, I like not looting ammo.
Yes.
Lightfoot no longer silent.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, go.
I don't know.
For those of you listening at home, there's a slight delay before we hear each other, which is why we interrupt each other a lot. Lightfoot now no longer silences the jumping sound. Great. I didn't like that being abused. Apparently you're not supposed to be able to one-shot immolators with the baseball bat. So they've reduced the heavy melee damage, which is
Do we know
really
if do we know if that's a headshot or not? Because if it's a headshot, it still might.
It's just really weird to me. I'm like, if I'm taking a melee tool as a gun slot, like
as a main
let me
slot.
kill the let me kill the immolator. Why?
I think they might be trying to reserve that for the railroad hammer, being a one shot to. It gives the railroad hammer something.
I forget that thing freaking exists.
I know, me too. But it gives the railroad hammer something if they do that. So that's
they increased the melee damage of those in sledgehammers, which is fun because I already used sledges for bosses, and if you take assailant, that also increases them. So you can murder bosses with sledges throwing knives in. You hit them a couple times with the sledge, run out of stamina, hit them with the throwing knives. Like Butcher is a joke, Spider goes fairly quickly, Assassin gets kind of murdered, and Scrappy is good with throwing knives. So yeah,
Assassin just
and then there's what's it, freaking Rotjaw, who I hate. I hate Rotjaw so much. I hate fighting her. I hate fighting her so much. I die all the time. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
I've only ever died once to her.
I hate Rotjaw. Okay, you can next time we play.
She's such a
cakewalk.
She is such a cakewalk.
Duty. I get too greedy, and I don't
Don't be
sidestep fast
greedy.
enough. Well, because it's if you I forget that she like pauses for a second if she misses, and so I try to juke her Dark Souls style with the weapon prepped. But if you do that, you're too slow to juke her.
Hunt is not Dark
So
Souls, Baldy.
yeah,
This is a Hunt
have you
Souls. It's their
have
new
you seen
variant, the cowboy version of Dark Souls.
have you seen the Star Wars Battlefront 2 clip of the guy playing Han Solo with the roll and playing like
No,
Dark Souls and like killing? He kills like Grievous, Vader, and Palpatine, like just Dark Souls rolling out of all of their attacks, and it's freaking hilarious.
I haven't. I can see it though perfectly.
Yeah. They increased a bunch of heavy melee stuff. They let decoy fuses destroy windows and doors.
There's a little pop
Which
at
is
the end, like a small explosion. Yeah,
yeah, but it requires multiple for doors. I'm like,
yeah, for
okay,
doors.
I
Yeah,
guess.
I would have enjoyed if it was one for doors for that. That makes some sense.
5 second delay before region shot. I think it's really funny that they introduced region shot and it wasn't very good, and they buffed region shot and then it was way too good, and now they've nerfed region shot and it's once again not very good. And I'm like, one day we'll get it. We're
One
gonna get
day
there
we'll get it
eventually.
perfect. Yeah.
I think it'd be fine right now if they reduced the price again. But the problem is they made it basically equivalent to where it was before, maybe slightly better, but it still costs more than a Vit shot. And I don't, despite look, I run region shot. I don't think it's as good as the big Vit shot. It's just a preference thing.
Well, you know about the update with the 5-second pause, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
That's what I think it brings it back a little bit too low for being worth the price.
I see.
But that's because I'm a penny pincher.
We know.
The gun oil meta stuff. Oh, they combined Scopesmith and Iron Eye into all those. Those are all one trait. I like that a lot. It makes
I do
picking
too.
out hunters feel much better. My only thing is I don't understand why the Iron Sights one is more than the Scope one, but
Probably because they're more
it
common.
annoys me that I have to pay 2 perk points for Deadeye Scopesmith. It annoys me that I have to pay 3 points for Winnie. But other than that, I like it. I didn't realize this. 100 Hands is now is combined with Dewclaw.
Yes.
So we just have a bow trait now, which I like that a lot.
I like that a lot too. I think they should have done that with the crossbow. Wait. Does the crossbow reload? What else is their crossbow trait?
So the reason you do increased damage now with Assailant is because Assailant and Tomahawk are now the same trait.
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't realize that.
You didn't realize that?
No, that's so good. Oh, I'm so excited.
I'm surprised you didn't notice that Tomahawk was missing from the trait list while playing.
That's what I did. I've done a meme round for a while.
Because I'll just scroll through the list, and if I don't see something after a while, I'm like, wait a minute, I haven't seen Tomahawk in a minute. And that's what happened. Is I was like, I haven't seen Tomahawk in a minute, and someone's like, look at Assailant. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool.
So baseball bats increased to 40. Good. It was a little bit too cheap. LeMat decreased. I didn't realize that. Because I knew the upper mat decreased from 440 to 370. The carbine is now 115 from 130, and the normal is 85 or 83 from 95.
Oh, yeah, LeMat has actually really good.
The LeMat's like a playable gun now. There's like a.
And it doesn't have the burst fire bug anymore.
Oh my gosh! Do you remember for like after they buffed like the conversion for like a long minute where the LeMat was just like, do you want to like double your cycle time and like lower your muzzle velocity from the conversion, but you get 3 more bullets in a shotgun that would literally do nothing? And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But hey, guys, the LeMat's like an option now. What the frick? Oh, that's so good.
They gave the LeMat some love. I love it.
Yeah, the love mat now.
The love mat. Oh, jeez.
That's my upper mat, long mat, fat mat. Just love mat. We just keep adding to it.
You know what?
I actually really like the LeMat carbine.
How about the love mat? Just is any LeMat variant. It includes
Can that
all
be the
of them.
carbine? Because I do love me some LeMat carbine.
I think that's the length mat.
The length mat, the long mat. No, is that the long mat?
I think that's. I thought the long mat was the upper mat because the upper mat has long ammo, so the long mat. But the length mat was the long LeMat.
But long and length are the same word. Like,
well,
right?
I mean, yes, but long in this case could refer to the ammo type, where length is the literal length of the carbine.
Stretched mat?
Nah.
Carry mat? Is it the carry mat?
Hey, leave in the comments your suggestion for various LeMat variant names.
What do we call the LeMat carbine? Because that's a lot.
I thought it was
because
LinkMat,
we can call
but
the LeMat Marksman LeMat Carbine Marksman. We can call it the LeMarksman. That works just fine.
the
right?
LeMarksman. I like that
The
too.
LeMarksman.
The LeMarks. I'm gonna take a
Yeah,
LeMarks.
the LeMarks. Play some LeMarks.
Instead of
fun.
Matt, it's Mark. I like that.
Yeah. Then they decreased the throwing knives and the dusters to be cheaper, which is Pog.
Okay.
Great, love it. Pog, as the kids say, bussin', as the kids say. No cap, FR.
All right, I'm cutting this out.
Right.
FR. I hate you.
Yeah. On God, as the kids say. My students think that like I don't understand. I'm like, no, guys, this is like a spell. It causes cringe. It's great.
Cringe. Yes.
And then the knuckle knife and throwing axes are both 50, which I think is good because I think the knuckle knife is actually good now.
I'm sorry. I'm still recovering from the stun of you just rattling off a bunch of Gen Z terminology.
They decreased the flash bomb to $25, but they didn't.
Doesn't matter. Still
anything.
Bad.
Well, here's the thing. Somebody pointed out Bulwark was put in to prevent flash bomb being good, right?
Yeah.
You benefit from Bulwark. Do you play any Magic the Gathering, Drake?
No, I don't.
So in Magic, there's cards that have that affect everybody at the table, right? So like destroy all creatures.
Okay.
And so you look at that card and you go, oh, that's balanced because it does it to both people. But then you realize it's a deck building game. So if I bring a card that says destroy all creatures, I'm going to have less creatures in my deck. So instead of destroying 3 of my creatures and 3 of your creatures, they'll destroy none of my creatures and 3 of your creatures. Bulwark has turned into Wrath of God for Magic because it is not balanced because to protect you from it, you now take Flash Bomb, throw it at your feet or somewhere where you're pushing at somebody in close quarters, and then you recover faster.
And you can get the kill.
And then you shotgun them or stab them or whatever. Which is the opposite of what they wanted.
Now we gotta try this. All right.
Okay.
2 bees, 2 flashes, sparks, poison.
The issue with this is the flash bomb now takes 20 minutes to throw because you have to do a dance, slap it against your hand,
right?
Double check that it's working, shake it around a little bit,
pray to the rain gods.
Yeah, and then you throw it, and then you're like, okay, there we go. But
and now you don't get a hit marker if they have Bulwark.
Yes.
No hit marker.
I think it's really funny that they said all recruits now come playable because they come with the tools and the first aid kits and stuff. The amount of times I've gotten somebody with fanning, and so then they have to have a fanning pistol, so they have a conversion. All right, we're in good shape. And they're like, well, they need a primary weapons. They give them Ohmeo sawn off, and I'm like, this is not a playable hunter project.
Right.
Why are you doing
this? Is only playable if they're sprinting in full speed and doing zigzags as they go to get up to them.
Yes. Oh, if there are no hunters in the player's roster, free hunters can be reshuffled an unlimited number of times.
Yes, if you're under 5,000, I believe, right?
If you're below 2,000, you get a pop-up. We didn't technically really. Did we talk about the drilling hand cannon enough? Where we get leaving it at? Yeah, it exists and we don't care.
Yeah.
It exists in the sense of I pick it up now when I have a cheaper gun and I'm leaving a match. That is how it exists to me now.
You know what? I've left them in the match because I just don't use them. I don't like them.
I played a little bit.
That's the difference. Then I'd rather just keep my.
I played a little bit.
Fanning conversion with special ammo.
Before I played drilling spring. I'd always play with the Springfield Compact with bleed, so that way you have a bunch of ammo. But now if I have contraband ones, I upgrade the Springfield to a contraband hand cannon.
Can I just say, I would take guns out that other people brought in if I could pick up their gun, go find a gun oil to erase the contraband, clean it up, erase the contraband, and leave with it, then sell it. That's how I would do it. I would love that. That'd be great. It gives another purpose to gun oil.
The contraband is a stupid mechanic. Change my mind.
I mean, I can see the original intent of making it so you can't farm everyone else's high cost weaponry to sell it to, you know, pad your money, because all you take is money. But like also,
yeah,
if you don't prestige, Baldy, you're gonna have a lot of money anyway.
Yeah.
So what's it matter?
I did forget the most important update in it. I can't believe we forgot about this. Glass bottles, the firebomb and all its variants, when thrown into water, now make a sound.
Do they really?
There we go.
Is it a satisfying plonk into water, or
I don't know. I was looking over the updates, and
that's such an important update that I totally forgot to do that and go just listen to it.
Yeah, that's a game changer. Best event.
Here's what's even better: is it can I shoot it and have it explode?
You can do that with bees.
Oh yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Is can I do that but with fire jars?
Oh, quality of life change that I freaking love. They removed the rule of 2 changes.
Oh yeah.
Thank God.
See, I'm okay with it for the most part.
Look, here's the thing. I'm a loot goblin. I'm tired of feeling bad for being a loot goblin and taking something and then forgetting I'm playing trios.
I want it to make sense. So the money ones, those should stay too. Because who isn't going to take all the money out of the coin purse? Who isn't going to take all the money out of the cash register?
Me, when I'm playing in trios, that's fine.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Cash register and lunchboxes are still 2.
Oh, that's right. Cash registers are still 2. Well, okay, coin purse. Coin purse should honestly be 1. I think it needs to be 1 use. I don't think that needs to be 2 use.
No, let's not introduce toxicity of whoever gets it first.
I love it because I find them all the time.
No, I'm gonna play Dragon's Breath and burn you in, and every time you pick it up and it disappears,
all of my friends that I play with, unless they're within 10 meters of me, when I ping it and say coin purse, I won't use my normal phrase, coin purse, they go, I'm not worried about it. I'm already 15 meters away, and they run. Like no one comes back for it anyway. So let's let me have it.
That's fine. So you just want to make
give me all of the money in the coin purse,
You're just making it worse. It's random. It's somewhere between 2 and 25.
It doesn't have to be random.
What do you want to just make it be like? Okay, it's $50 now. It's always $50.
No, I just make it like make it a randomized number, but just slightly higher, so that it counts for the 2 takes for one person.
Welcome to HuntLowdown. We debate literally the most pointless thing.
Exactly. Hey, everyone's thirsty for content. I guess we got to do something.
Oh, we got new legendary choke bombs. A cyclone, a Spike's pistol.
The cyclone was last one, wasn't
it? We got a legendary.
Oh, legendary.
And then bug fixes. Yeah, we actually got the event. Hey. Okay, rank it because I think we're gonna have a different ranking.
Is this overall?
Yeah. Overall, where you put it? I'm lounging in my chair.
For various factors, pretty low.
See, that's really funny because I think I put it after like the shadows. This is the first one which that has been long that I haven't felt like it's a grind fest for me, and I haven't felt like it doesn't have some game breaking mechanic in it.
Right.
I'm somewhat happy with this event.
All right, I'll move mine to mid because you are correct. It didn't feel like much of a grind, and it didn't feel like the packs were overpowering. Which I mean, I know that's the point. I think
the new content's fine.
I think David Fifield said that the content. That's where you and I differ. That's why I have mine mid and not up there.
I think
I don't like the guns being content.
Here's the thing. I like it more than the Scrapbeak event in the sense of being an event. Like this one introduces gameplay changes with that, where Scrappy was like, Scrappy is a thing now. Now Scrappy is better for the long term, but in the terms of the duration of the event, I like this one more.
Oh, fair enough. I guess okay.
Yeah.
So, right, going off the old school definition, old school for this game definition of event.
Rate it as an event, and then rate it as an update.
Well. So update being a permanent fixture, like
what it adds.
Okay, as an event, like upper mid tier.
Okay.
As an update, hot garbage.
Yeah.
Dislike. It's not good at all. I don't like it.
I think I'm slightly more positive, but I think it's legitimately just because I think it comes down to I really like the LeMat carbine marksman. Sorry, the LeMarksman. and I really like
the Lamarcks.
I really like the Lamarcksman. I really like the burning changes.
Okay,
I really like the reshuffle changes. I really
let
like
me let me
there's a lot of stuff I enjoy in it that brought more joy to me for this. Like, it's very subjective.
That's fair.
Things.
Let me clarify. I don't mind guns as content so long as you're also doing other things. The thing is we've had nothing but, I think the only other content we've had since the Lantern Grunts was Raja.
Yeah, I think that's my thing. Is people talk about I want more AI, and my issue is I don't want more AI. It's not AI. I want, if they're going to do something that's not gun variants, I want it to be meaningful PvE content, and I don't feel like a lot of bosses or AI that they have introduced is that. That's my issue.
I'd be okay with, like, take 2 special zombies and make 1 variant of each and introduce it as part of the event.
Because you mentioned off stream, you mentioned poison immolators. Like, I think that'd be fun.
Something like that.
I think that'd be really good too for an event. Just go, hey, we introduced poison immolators, and then if everybody goes, I hate this, please never do this again, they can go, and the event's done. They're gone forever. Goodbye.
Right. You have an out. You have a way of testing it, and if it's really, really not liked, then you have an out, and you can be like, well, that's that event. Goodbye, poison immolators. But but I would say pick 2. That way it's not just immolators the entire event that you're getting that are this variant.
They increase immolator spawn by 40%. And now some of them are poisonous, and some of them are barbed wire, and that's
imagine they change the mechanic too. So a poison immolator, like, it still runs up to you like the fire ones do, but they only explode when they get up next to you. But so it's not based on being hit by anything. So you could shoot them and they won't explode. It's when they get up to you that they explode, and it's a 5-minute poison cloud that's twice the size of a poison gas bomb. Or
well, you could do something too with
something like that.
Maybe it's okay. I got it. A poison immolator, right?
Yeah.
But they don't explode when they get up to you. But if you hit them with blunt damage, then they explode. They don't explode. They just let out like a little poison cloud there.
So my brain went to, ooh, they farted.
They just go boop. And they just
so if it takes 3 hits to kill him with a light baseball bat or something, you could theoretically take one around a compound to each door, smack it to like put a cloud in the door.
Some little stinkies.
You could use them to your defense. I like it. Anything like that, Crytek. Anything. Just variants of the specials. I actually personally like the grunts variants. But they are minute changes.
They're not worth the development time. I loathe the existence of gun grunts.
Do you loathe it? Do you loathe it because of the gun grunt, or because of the time it took for them to make it?
Because the gun grunts are annoying because they're such not a factor 99% of the time that then the 1% of the time where they actually do matter, it feels unfair, right? Because let's be honest, nobody gets hit by a gun grunt because they're bad. It's because, oh, I got swarmed by 4 grunts that just appeared and I didn't notice that guy had a gun grunt.
Yeah.
And then now I got killed by somebody ambushing me because of that. It feels bad, and it took development time, and that's stinking annoying to me.
It's
fair. A combination.
While that's fair, I don't find that nearly as annoying. I just think it's bad luck. It's just like, crap. All right, now I got to deal with that.
Yeah, it annoys me.
Now I got to rotate.
It's a very feels bad thing.
It is, but I mean,
it's not so much
here's the thing:
like,
when an immolator gets mad and starts running around because you got too close, like it's the same thing.
I think it's the thing of I don't like the grunts being. I don't know.
I've heard more immolators get mad and start running around and go, ooh, there's players over there because that immolator just got mad and started running around. I almost never hear a gun grunt. You know what I mean? Or if I do, I don't know that it's a gun grunt.
It's been a couple times where I've seen people, I've ambushed people because one gunshot, and I'm like, people over there. And I know I've been ambushed because of it too.
Yeah.
But it's such a small thing, and you just kind of write it off that it's not, okay, let me move it, because I said it's not technically, yes, it's a skill issue of you got hit by it and you shouldn't have. But it's something where it's not I don't know if it's worth the brain power to worry about it, where it feels almost like sweaty, like keeping that in mind, be like, oh, I just got hit by a gun grunt. I better make sure that I'm being extra stealthy on my way to the next clue. Like, I just don't do it because it's not worth it, and I
I
think
mean, yeah, I don't
that's
either.
where it doesn't feel like content to me. It just feels like an additional annoyance. But I do
But
think
it does change
another
the
special.
PvP as well in that for that reason. It can bring it to you. It can keep people
But
suddenly
it's
stealthy.
I
You know.
mean, I guess so, but not in like a consistent way, and the inconsistency I think leads to it being less good. So I might just be being hypocritical here. You pointed out an issue in my logic. I think here's the thing. Here's what I would like. I don't want if we're talking PvE things. I don't want a PvE. I don't want necessarily new AI. I want them to overhaul the original 3 bosses.
I would like a boss, an OG boss overhaul. Yeah, make them do
I can't remember
more,
if we talked about this
do
on
something
stream. I
different.
know we've talked about it, but like, okay, the butcher now has like fire pits or like pillars of fire that are like slowly rotating around, like the compound. Or the assassin has I don't know, tripwires. Or you take more bleed damage or something. Like have it be a scrappy compound effect. Have because like Racha affects your stamina. Do something like that for him.
Yeah, just give them a little something extra to let you know. Because when you walk into Scrapbeaks, if you didn't hear him first,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't know how you don't, you see the little bird nest with like a
Yeah,
skull and feathers in it, and
and
you
you
go, "Oh,
see
all right, we're at Scrapbeak."
well, and you go, okay, I'm sieging. That's going to affect how I play this because I have to count my shots more. If I get low, I might be incentivized to push because they're going to win the attrition war.
Right.
It changes gameplay more. Whereas like like we're gonna pick on the butcher because the butcher is the easiest to pick on. The butcher, in terms of gameplay, he is like a percent of the match. You grab a sledgehammer, you rip him a new one, and then you banish and get all your bows back if he's burned them off, and that's it. I guess he will scream if somebody comes into it afterwards, which is nice because you're like, oh, somebody's here now. That's nice to know.
Right.
That's it. That's what the butcher adds to the game.
They'll throw
Who
fireballs
dies to
at
the
you.
butcher? Yeah, and it's occasionally he'll hit you with it, and you go, hey, that doesn't seem. I don't know how that hit.
Hey, that
Okay.
was kind of warm.
Occasionally, maybe you'll like be fighting him, and you'll be like, oh, I burned a berry because I was fighting him too recklessly, and now there's a team going. But like, that's not common.
Oh,
With like
and
scrap, it's
if
like
it
yeah, every
does,
time you fight in the compound, it's relevant.
and if it does happen, you just smack him 2 more times with the mallet, and then start the banish, and your bars
Yeah.
are back,
Or
and
you die and Sophia's bad, and it's like, okay.
and
Yeah,
then you go,
done.
all right, I just died to the easiest boss in the game. All
Yeah.
right, cool.
Yeah. Well, typically it's not that. Someone goes, I saw somebody going into the butcher lair and fought. And now you go, God dang it, that was bad timing. That's it.
Yeah.
Like Spider and Assassin at least. Like I hate saying this as a positive, but they take time to kill
Yeah.
because
And
they
even then, I've
suck
seen the
and they're like,
assassin
I'm gonna run
die.
away.
First five or no, like
Well,
first like 2 minutes into the
for
match.
you bring a stam shot, so you're just gonna go, ha murdered.
You're right. Yeah.
Because you're gonna stun lock him in. And then the spider's gonna go, I'm gonna juke you, I'm gonna pounce from the 3rd story straight to the 1st and
Yeah.
hit you, and you're like, ooh, that seems fair.
I still think
Thanks.
they need to introduce that knockdown elsewhere in the game. There's nowhere else that knocks down. Like, give me a dog variant, a hellhound variant that don't bleed, but they
Baseball hit,
charge.
now bonk you on the ground.
Not light. Oh gosh, no, not light. No. Maybe a heavy, and if
um,
it knocks him down, it puts you as like in a recovery. So
I
you
think you
can't
mentioned that
just
being like a tripwire, right? Where you
a
like
tripwire
you
would
get
be
knocked down
cool.
by tripwire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't even have to be like anything special. It's just a tripwire. No poison, no concertina, no
And you go,
alerts,
eh.
just a tripwire. Yeah, you just make a noise, and then the loud when you hit the ground, the thunk.
I still think a flash bomb tripwire could be fun too.
That could be fun too. Yeah. Imagine combining that
I
with
think
anything.
I think it'd be really funny to do tripwire and fall over, and you just have the flash be like, because if you have it be the full 4 seconds, that's awful.
Oh
Don't
yeah,
do
no,
that.
it'd have to be like a
Like
short
just have
flash.
it like literally have it just be like just a ding. Oh, it's gone. But like if you come out with like you just fall over and you come back and you're just looking straight up, you're like, what happened? I fallen. I can't get up.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. Ooh, a tripwire that knocks you down inside of a.
Here's the issue. Here's the issue. You combine it with the barbed wire
And
and
poison.
the poison, and then you can't stop that because you can't
But
do
that's
anything.
all of your that's 3 of your tool slots gone for that trap.
That might be fine.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the risk that person takes.
Because technically, you can if you handle well on pressure and you're a little bit lucky, you can power through deadly traps and be fine. But
and if you do, what I tell you to at the end of every episode and take your drugs, you'll be fine.
Also true. Also true.
Yeah.
We just have the differ. You take the stamp shot. I take you take the ender shot. I take the Legion.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry, not being poisoned by hives or players when that rare player that comes around the corner with a sparks poison and I can just heal immediately after getting covered.
See, for me,
like,
hives. It's I have throwing knives normally, and which by the way, throwing knives are freaking glitched again with a couple of things that drive me bonkers.
Oh no.
But throwing knives are fine if you're trying to move quietly, and then if it's doing a fight, just shoot them.
I mean, yeah.
So,
but yeah, I mean, I agree, but I'm also really bad at fighting off the clouds of bees. So, there's a reason why there's a meme in my Discord of there are bees here. We should leave immediately.
Hey, here's public service announcement for hives. It is faster to do 2 if you have a 3-slot weapon that doesn't have like a bayonet or something. If you do 2 heavies that will kill a cloud of bees, it is faster than switching to a knife and light swinging 3 times. People who switch to the knife and light swing 3 times, don't do it. It's actually faster, and you get to keep out your weapon. Do stock because it's blunt damage, so you get a bonus.
That is a very good PSA. I did not know that actually.
Baldy PSA there. It's one of those things where like it's such a small detail, but for some reason it tilts me when I see people do it.
We should have a little segment.
Like, no, don't do the knife.
We should have a little segment with a splash that comes up and everything that's just Baldy knows things. That's been our segment of Baldy knows things.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
What's the Bill Nye? The more you know.
Yes.
There you go. I don't know why I did that, John Cena. That is.
Totally yeah, I was like, you did John Cena, but I mean, I guess that works. I don't know.
I don't know why. I don't know why. But yeah, I think that
kind of wraps
most big for the event. I think then the big one is we were originally going to do the design an event instead of this one, but it took us so long that we're like through this event now. We want to talk about it. If we have a chance, we will do that before the next one because I think that'd be fun. Because I feel like this is the first event that, with the pattern they're setting, this seems to be the first one that has accomplished what they wanted to accomplish with it.
What do you mean?
Well, like, they introduced gameplay in the sense of it introduced some seasonal packs that slightly affect gameplay. They're not horribly unbalanced, and they introduced some new stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're what?
Oh, how do you? I realized something.
What?
Did we ever talk about the ash clouds from the last event?
Oh, the ash bloom or whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
did you play
event.
that?
That's
really?
This event.
That's this event?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I don't even know because I freaking hate it. I never play it.
I
hate the ash bloom.
I love and hate it. So to me, the wild cards are kind of like extra content that aren't guns. So I'm generally okay with most of them, even if it's not my favorite. You know what I mean? Just because of my opinion of guns are not content at this point currently because there's too many. Having something like the Dark Inferno, Ash Bloom is okay with me. I actually like fog
Dark
maps.
Inferno was last one. Ash Bloom's this one, right?
I actually like the fog, even like normal fog, but I'd like the fact that it gives you a brief moment to like use your sniper scope that you came in with because it recedes, into the distance. And I like the fact that it's got the lore of it's corrupting and all that. I like that vibe. And I also enjoy the fact that I enjoy and hate this fact that it sounds like there's hunters around you everywhere. Like something is creeping around you at all times. Like you could hear things in the woods and whatever. And it's like, it's cool, but I'm also paranoid now. I'm looking around like, crazy.
I think for me it feels a little bit more, I don't want to say glitchy. It feels, there's been a lot of times where I've been unable to see people and they've been able to see me through the ash bloom, that it just made me go, I'm just not playing this anymore. It was like fog. It's like, okay, like I could see enough of them wiggling that they just got a lucky shot. This one is like I have no idea where the flip they were.
We should
And
actually
that's kind of
go
been my issue with it.
into, if we can, get into just a normal fog map, get a screenshot
Mhm.
of an angle, see if we can get
And
same one in Ash Bloom, and
see
see if
compare.
it's any different, like distance and whatnot when it's heavy.
I wish you could apply daylight things to shooting range.
That would be cool. I've
That'd
thought
be
about that
nice.
too. I would like a
I
bigger
wish
shooting range, or at least different options within a map to pick.
well, here's the other thing with the shooting range. They have two other compounds besides fort, but they don't matter because you're going to be spawned by fort,
Right.
and fort's where everything is. And so I'm like, yeah, I'd like to
There,
fight at Wolf's Head,
there
but
are at Bradley. There are a couple of reload boxes down there.
but there's no weapon variants or anything down there
That is
to
correct.
mess
Yeah,
around with.
there's no weapons.
And I really like the shooting range. And I think the thing about like, oh, but if we add it in, it'll split the player base. Look, the player base is big enough that you can actually split the player base now.
Yeah.
Um, like you can't do it willy nilly, but you can do it a little bit now. It's okay. Um, and it's the thing of the shooting range. I feel like is a good way to do it. It's not the same tone, right?
Mhm.
If I go into it, like when I kill my buddy, I'm not like, oh my gosh, I feel like I just clutched a 1v3. It's like, ha!
Yeah.
I won, and now he's gonna be back in 15 seconds. It's gonna be a fun little practice. Like,
Yeah. It's
um,
fun. It's a fun fight with your friends.
yeah, and it's a really good way to go to unwind at the beginning, at the end of the night, or like warm up,
Yeah.
or be like, hey, Spec Sniper's $200, and I went to practice specifically quick scoping in close range, and that's a pain to do in actual matches. Do you mind popping in and we're gonna play 15 minutes and just do
Yeah.
that? Or like I can't get a handle on Bornheim. Do you mind playing Bornheim with me?
Right.
So like we played 007 where we all took Silence Bornheim and just
Silence bar.
ran around. Yeah, and it was really fun because it's like, hey, this is a weird gun. The damage drop off's terrible on it, so and it's slow, so like we all wanted to get close. So
Right.
but like it's stealthy, so it's really like it leads to some interesting things, and I would like to see them add in a little bit more content there because I think it's worth the development time just to have
Yes.
a relaxing thing because it's the thing of at the end of the night a lot of times we'll be like we got like half an hour left, we don't really want to do another match because it's been a really good night or a really bad night and we're just kind of done. But like having something to go to instead of firing up another game to unwind with
Yeah.
just memeing on each other is so much more fun,
Yeah. I
and I
agree.
would really appreciate a slight
It's also
expansion.
really nice to like. So I hover 4 to 5 stars generally,
Hmm.
with my fair share inside of 3 star, and
Yeah.
uh, I'm not terrible at hunt. My brother he doesn't play nearly as much as I do, and he also has and he's had this with any shooter he's ever played, where when
Hmm.
you get up close to people, he panics. Like I'm not saying
So
not.
helping him overcome that. Yeah.
Yeah, so what I would do is like you pick whatever set you want. I'm gonna take a machete and something to shoot at you with too. Just something that's not great, but
Spikes pistol machete. Let's go.
something that I need practice with too. You know what I mean? Like something that I know I'm not super
Mhm.
great with. So I'll go in with it, and he and I will just full on duke it out. And we also learned like, when you go to fan someone, as long as you can
Mhm.
get their body inside of the crosshair, the invisible crosshair you have to picture between
Yeah.
the actual reticule, you're gonna land a hit. I mean, like, because even he was
You
up
hit
on the
one.
wall, I
Yeah.
was outside of the wall, and we were like doing that with just hip firing. And he was like, "I did not realize you could get hits like this with hip fire." I was like, "Yeah,
Mhm.
like, it's kind of
It,
crazy."
it depends. Very much depends on the
Oh,
fanning
sure,
pistol, but yeah.
and of course, if you're moving or not, that matters too. Stuff
Well,
like
we
that. But
realized fanning uppercut is actually like it's not good, but it's not total trash.
okay,
Like to getting that last hit, it's okay.
fair.
But yeah, I think it's the thing too. They've put in the heavy load of it, right? Of
Mhm.
making it possible to do. So I'd really like to. I think what they should do is just allow it so like you can put in like it's a little circle. So when you choose the map, and then you're like, here's where I want to put the out of bounds,
Mhm.
and then just have it spawn in like random weapon things. So
Right.
like you can do the shooting range with like this is where we've put all the weapons and the dummies, or you can do it's normal hunt with like but like all the boxes can pull as much ammo, but you're just locating it wherever you want. And I think that'd be good.
I'm just gonna say it here because it was mentioned earlier today actually in my Discord. Just give us custom lobbies, please. Just give us custom lobbies.
The thing is
I
that they're
desperately
going, we
want
did.
that.
They're like, that's what this is.
No,
That's what this is.
this is not
Yeah,
what this
I
is.
know.
This is a
agree.
shooting range.
Ideally, I would like custom lobbies that you could choose like a bunch of like full compounds, and then do like mini hunt matches there, right?
Yes.
Because then you're getting the fun of like hunt, but the showdown's not going to like take like 10 minutes.
Right.
And I think that would be my ideal thing.
I would love to take 11 of my friends. Not that I have 11 friends, but I'd love to take 11 of my friends, and all of us go into a custom lobby, and it's just us. And we can either do the full map with just a straight up game of hunt, or group up however we want, or I mean, you can still make the spawns random. I don't care. Just give me my custom lobbies. That's what I want. I want that so bad. There was something else I was going to say. I can't remember what it is now.
I think the issue with that is the benefit of that is it's really good for 12 people, right?
Yeah.
If you have a bunch of friends, the problem is it's not very good if you have like 4.
Well, you know what they could do is make the boundary based on the preset
number of people.
Well, the preset cutouts. The preset cutouts of a map. So you know how each corner can get like 4 compounds, or it can be half the map, or it can be half this way, half that way, or curved, whatever. Make it so that you can pick what size and which section you want to play in.
I think that'd be the best. You select how many people, what your size is, and then whether or not it's hunt or whether or not it's shooting range, right?
Yeah.
Whether or not it's got revives and all that going, or whether or not it's big. But
you could even give us custom rule setups. So like, if I want to make sure that the boss is definitely the spider every time, I can just toggle spider on. The rest of them are off. Single boss. You know what I mean? Give me some options to play around with. Stage.
I think I'd like to see them do is do a small one first. So do one of like, hey, shooting range was received well. Here's what's it called? Like here's Lawson Delta, but it's what's it called? The Lawson Station and Sweet Bell, and it's that area. And you can bring 4 people, and you can do either solos or teams of 2.
Right.
And then it's the same thing as shooting range. Then if that goes well, increase it again. Like I think that'd be like I'd like to see them slowly add in new game modes like that.
If they want to slowly do it, that's totally fine. As long as the end game is something akin to custom lobbies, that's what I want at the end of the day. I
think the issue with custom lobbies is not so much the in match. I think it's finding a way to do like an invite system or something to set up that way. And so that's why I'm saying start with like a small one where they don't have to figure out a
larger scale menu system. Yeah.
And then if people really like it, then go, cool, that did well. It didn't split the player base in a way that it's going to ruin it. Now we're going to find out a way to have 4 people in a lobby.
Right.
Because they've increased it once, so it's possible. But I can't imagine it's an easy thing. But that's coding. I have no flipping idea.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on all their backend, on how they coded everything. Because it could be easy, it could be really difficult, depending. We are an hour and 50 minutes into this.
Nice short podcast.
Very nice short podcast.
We're gonna cover the event. It's gonna be real fast. We're gonna stay on topic, and
none of that happened.
It's perfect. Okay, so we're gonna have to record something because we're hoping to record the other one soon. We've got next weekend, I think. Let me double check before I commit to that. Next Sunday, so a week from today, we are recording HuntLowdown.
Yes.
And then we're hoping to get the other one in at some point. Again, the issue is I'm busy buying a house, maybe. Drake's busy moving and stuff. School's going, so I don't get home till 4. Drake doesn't get home till midnight.
11 now, luckily. But I moved closer to work, so.
Yeah. Well, the issue is by bedtime is 10:30. Drake's effectively available to record time is 11, and then I wake up at 6:30. So if we wanted to record, one of us has to stay up or get up really effectively super early for us.
Different, yeah.
Which is It's rough. And then during weekends, it's like, oh, just record during the weekends. It's like, okay, I've got D&D every Saturday morning. Drake has stuff going on.
Yeah.
And then, we have lives. People go, hey, I want to hang out. You go,
Well, I don't have much
well,
of one, but
yeah. Yeah, you do.
It's all online. I hang out with friends online mostly. The other thing was something. You and I came up with the idea of, and I'm going to throw this out there and see if anyone wants to mention it before I actually attempt it. Of, for the sake of getting more episodes out, and it's not going to be full.
Oh yeah.
Like this episodes. I kind of want to call them something else. I don't know what yet. We haven't really talked about that, but solo episodes. So it would be just me, and then or just Baldy. Whenever either of us has time and we have something that we just suddenly passionate about, we can just go into a recording. It'll be audio only. No video. Go ahead.
We could call him Soul Survivor. He's like the game mode now.
I like that. Well, maybe if we could find a slight variant of that name, that would be because like Hunt Lowdown is not Hunt Showdown.
Soul podcaster. I don't know.
Yeah. So if you've got suggestions, please. But I've already got I've got a suggest a topic channel in my Discord, and I've got a couple of interesting entries already.
Oh, I forgot about that. Because I think a lot of those two could be really good as like intro topics, like
for one of our normal episodes.
Yeah, to be like welcome today as a Mimi start. We're gonna do this.
I mean, that's not a bad idea either.
Many of these are cursed. Though I would like to
many
put
of
one
them
of
are
them
cursed.
Out there.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm putting one of them out there because it should happen. Is Drake tries to get into the numbers without Baldur. So at some point, I want Drake.
That's actually the one I was gonna say as well.
I want to see you. The issue is what you have to go into numbers that we haven't done. So
that's what I was thinking. So when who said that? That was Rat. Rat said that Drake tries to get into the numbers without Baldur. I don't know what numbers I could go into that we haven't already covered. We've done drop-offs of all the weapons basically. It's not really all the weapons so much as the ammo types.
Do you know what could be funny if we each did a solo? We did a tier list instead of doing it together. We do a tier list separately.
Okay.
And then we each have the homework of watching the other person's tier list, and then
I have an episode about
I
could be behind that. That sounds awesome.
But
there's silly ones too, like the bayou is now a safe place, no more monsters. So as a reward for your efforts, you can claim ownership of one compound. The funds to repair it will be provided. Which compound do you choose and why?
It's random. Ender today.
Ender? Oh jeez.
Yeah. What are you taking? What are you taking, Drake?
I actually wanted to put more thought into it. I don't know. There's so many compounds.
Well, because mine went to 3. Folk Keramic because it's massive, but I think that might be too much because maintenance.
Well, right, because to repair it is funded, but the maintenance is not.
But then what am I gonna do with half of that?
See, that's the thing.
So I thought about lost into Sweetbell. Sweetbell is on water. That could be kind of nice. Right. Boston Station, nice transportation nearby.
It's like you got to think of a compound that will actually make you money too, so that you can keep it up. You know what I mean? So Moses Poultry, because it's set up to be a poultry, so you're there. Salter's pork. Salters.
I think
whatever that one's called.
I think I'm gonna lock into Lawson Station because I kind of like working with people. So I don't go to a train station.
And it's a train station. You set up one of the
house. Yeah,
and I mean we need to be able to get around the bayou after this whole thing is over. So you need trains. So that's perfect.
We could do tourism. Here's the place where a Spider-Man amalgamation of 13 dead bodies terrorized it. I lost my best friend there. Hunting. Now you're
that old veteran and that owns the place that's has all the stories. Oh, that would be funny. That'd be an interesting show.
That could be a fun show.
That could be a really fun show. King's Take Mine.
I feel like that could be a really fun short film. You play up it's just somebody going who used. You could play up I'm out of the game, but then the new person's there's a new monster.
There's a new monster afoot, and it's just a lawyer walking by. King Snake Mine, I imagine a mine would be kind of important because it's coal and everything. I don't know. There's just too many, so I don't think I can settle on just one. But it had to be something that I could flip to work for me. You know what I mean? To make me some money to keep it up.
What's the Is it not? It's not home ec. The love it or flip it or whatever. Love it or
Oh
lose it.
yeah, whatever the shows are
Yeah,
with the
do that, but with the
but
hunter
compounds. So anyway, all that to say, that should be coming at some point. They're going to be random. They're not set times. It's just whenever he's got time and wants to do one, and when I got time and want to do one. But if you would like to make a suggestion, feel free to join my Discord. You can get there through Drake.com, and our link tree should be in the description, which you can also find Baldy's Discord and Baldy himself. Are you still
Hello.
Are you still planning on streaming more?
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out a day. The issue is the streaming hunt has kind of, it's not died for me. Like I still want to do it some, but the issue is I don't enjoy doing solo as much because without somebody in chat, it's just kind of, it feels weird because
It's
I feel like I
dull.
need to be performing because it's a stream.
Right.
But without anybody in chat, it's harder to do, and I feel like it stresses me out a little bit.
I
And
understand that.
then with the friends, it feels odd going, hey, you guys want to stream? And then when I do story games, a lot of times I have an issue with if I have somebody in chat, I don't want them to miss it.
Right.
And so like I'm doing Spider-Man, and like I know somebody's super busy all the time, so like getting them to come in for Spider-Man is hard to do.
Right.
So
that's fair.
So I plan to, if you're wanting to get into a Discord, quite frankly, like you're more than welcome to mine. Come, it's fun. I do announcements and stuff there if you want to know. Like, it's worth joining if you're interested in my content. But if you're just wanting to interact with me, like frankly, Drake's Discord will work just as well. So you just have to ping me. It's like I
Right.
keep somewhat up. I constantly lurk.
I
Like
think
I
a lot
read
of
pretty
people
much
keep my
everything
Discord
sent.
muted. Let's be honest, because it's just
Well,
busy
it's
enough.
funny because like I pretty much read everything. I respond to very little, and
I've
like I
noticed.
think people. It's really funny because like I think people think that I'm just never there, and I'm like, no, I check it pretty daily.
No, I'm here
It's
all the
just
time.
yeah, I don't feel the need to comment all the time because like
Yeah.
sometimes I'll comment and like someone will be like, "Who the frick is this?" And I'm just like, "No,
Who knows who
I'm
you are?
around." No, I know I'm picking on her because I know
Oh,
she'll
okay.
be okay with it. But yeah, well, I'm like, I think people are like, "What? He's commented. This is odd." I'm like, "No, I'm around."
Every time
But
you comment it, well, not every time, but a lot of times when you comment, it's so funny because sometimes it's like stares at camera, like in little stars.
it's always
like,
just like random things. Yeah, I'm like,
I love it when you
this
comment.
deserves a comment.
But yeah, so feel free to join in. I've got the channel in there, suggest a topic under the Hunt Lowdown category. So if you would like to give us a topic, and there's also just a dedicated chat if you want to talk about the podcast at all. Otherwise, yeah, that should be it for this. Anything
Fabulous.
else?
I don't have anything witty. That's it.
Okay, nothing witty. All right, well.
Oh wait, 1 second.
I'm waiting.
Is it?
I'm sure. Oh, okay, Tom. This is exactly the combo he does too. Is the duck and then the crickets. Okay.
How many gold?
Thank you guys for joining us. Don't forget to bring your jugs in the bio. Bye.
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 I was joking.